Hello, this is Jason with ABS Supply, where innovation never sleeps. Today we're going to be repairing one of my favorite valves, all-time classic, the Thompson 2 tungsten carbide. So there are two different common repair kits for it. There's the soft kit or the seals kit, which just is some of the common simple wear items. And then there's the hard kit, which includes your tungsten carbide sleeve and liner. That's what we're going to be doing today. There is a third one. We're going to go through why and where this one is used. This is a urethane sleeve kit. We will not repair it today, but in a later video I'm going to go through the valves and why and where you should use this over a tungsten carbide, but for another day. So let's get into it. Let's start. We've got some simple tools here. 7/8 wrench, 9/16. I've got an adjustable wrench. I've got a little pick in case I need it, and a 9/16 socket. So with every kit that you get, whether it's soft or hard, they have a really nice exploded view diagram. Comes in here to show you all the pieces and parts should you get confused when you take it apart. And let's get into it. Let's start with the top end, where the air end of the valve, where with it here. So just for speed in the video, I'm going to use a nut runner. Not necessary, but very quick. So we've got this off. There's a spring. It does not explode. Do not be afraid. We have this here. Now, in here you will see piston with some grease, some anti-seize in there. Very sticky, nasty stuff. Don't get any more of this on you than you have to. Let's go ahead and take the bottom off right here. Okay, we take this off. It's not in the kit, but it's important to inspect it. There is a round hole here. This is where your grit comes out. If this is worn or grooved, you will need to get a new one of these. This is good because it's a new valve, so we're going to reuse it. Our body. I usually just pry this out with the wrench. This is your designed wear part, the seat here. Urethane. Normally what will happen during operation, there will be a groove cut in it. You will know how this happens because when your pot is under pressure and you're not blasting, you will get air leaking out your nozzle. Now that is an important sign to pay attention to. It is not normal, should not happen, but it's telling you that there's a start to wear. Stop at that point, repair this $30 part, because if you don't, you get to repair $300 parts when it gets through this and into the hard body. So this is good. And our body, we are going to take the sleeve out here and inspect it, see what happens. There is a groove or wear in this aluminum body that can happen from excessive grit flow. We want to make sure that it is still good. This body is in great shape, so we're going to reuse that. And we have our sleeve. So note there are 3 seals on here. In the old Thompson 1, there used to only be 1 seal. They did have some problems with grit migrating up into the piston and the area, so they've added 3 seals, so triple protection. It's better. There are directions that these go. They are multi-directional. 1 goes one way, 2 go the other. I'll show you that when we put it back together, so watch for that. Flew right out of there with all that lube in there. We're going to make sure, take this off, I'll show you, so we can replace the seal here. Now that we've got this apart, we are going to, and this is where my pick comes in handy, there's a cup seal in here that catches the air. Sometimes a little pick is easy to get it out. It is full of that anti-seize. But this is one piece you'll want to repair or replace. Generally this is good. It looks all right. We don't have any scoring in our cylinder. So we're going to be able to maintain a good seal. This is all good. Now, when we put this in, there is a cup direction. It should go cup down so it catches the air. So make sure that we put this back in that direction. And then at this point, I would take the anti-seize that they gave me in my kit, put a little bit of it on here, just dab it around a little bit. Any extra, we'll put it in there. So now I'm going to put this back on and tighten it before I put it in there. All right. Let's drop this back in. Good. All right, while we've got this, let's go ahead and reassemble the top. We're going to put the spring back in. Now you'll notice this part right here, gasket, it's a new valve. I obviously don't need to replace it. In fact, most of the time actually in the field when I do work on these, this gasket is still good. I don't replace it. But should you need to, you're going to want to scrape that off with the razor blade, putty knife, screwdriver, whatever you've got, get that off. There's an adhesive part you peel off and put the new one on. We're not going to do that today. So that will be an extra part in our kit. You'll notice in here, this is the anti-vibe disc. This is a separate part. It does not come in the kit. You usually do not need to replace it. All it does is keep the valve from changing your adjustment or your grit flow with the knob. When it's opening and closing, rocking, or traveling from one job site to another, this little thing just holds your knob exactly where you've got it for your grit flow. So once you set the grit, it's set and doesn't move. That is the entire function of this red disc in there. So let's go ahead and put this back together. Metal threads on an aluminum bodied valve. So it is very easy to strip these out. I'm going to use an impact for starting only, and I will finish them with a wrench, so I do not risk the chance of destroying my body. And we do have to compress the spring, so you kind of walk it down. Okay, I got these here. I'm going to finish them with my wrench so that I don't risk over tightening. You can feel them seat in. Perfect. Okay, next we are going to take the sleeve, and this O-ring here in your kit is important. This does keep seal out, and it's usually is compromised by the time you get it out of there. Now that we've put this new seal back on here, I will show you a trick. It's important because it is very easy to cut this when you're putting this back together, okay? When you slide it in, especially on a used valve. Now there is a little notch on this, and there is a little notch in here. Those orient line together for lineup. But as we put this O-ring in, where the grit comes out is sharp, and it is very easy to cut that O-ring. So I always put my finger in here and guide it through the open part of the O-ring. Where the grit comes out here with my finger, I guide it through so that O-ring does not get cut. If it does get cut, you're going to get grit in places you don't want, and you're going to have a premature failure in your valve. Set screw, we've got her in complete. First seal. Okay, we've got 3 seals to go in here. The first one, this is important. We're going to use what I call the cup side, or the open side with the seal. That needs to go down. So we will put that like this, and then the next 2 go in the opposite direction, cup up. So the seal in the open face would be facing up. I've got those on there. They're all stacked. You will notice when you put this on, there's one little indent here. That's where this part goes. Shazam. Look at that. Seat's nice. Now, this is also a one-directional part. There is a groove. There's a recessed area. That is designed to go down so that the plunger seals right on that, okay? Make sure we get that going the right direction. Now, if you need to, you can just tap this in a little bit, and it will get seated the rest of the way down when we tighten on our base. So now we've got the base on here. We're going to use all 4 bolts. Once again, metal threads and aluminum body. We do not want to strip things out, so I am going to be careful. Okay, we'll do the final seat here, and it is important to notice we have to get this seal tight. So sometimes you need to walk it down a little bit with the final tightening to get everything in there. And all my bolts are tight. I think we're complete. Thank you for watching and have a blast.